This episode of the Kingston Live podcast is brought to you by Grand Onstage. Get the most out of the Kingston Grand Theatre experience with access to pre-sale tickets, the best prices, and the best seats. Tickets for individual performances and subscriptions for the Grand Onstage season are on sale now at kingstongran.ca.
It's been a while since the last time we sat down with Kasador. It was 2019, and they had just dropped their album Brood and Bloom. Needless to say, a lot has happened since then. Lineup changes, new releases, Hockey Night in Canada appearances, and of course a global pandemic. But the more things change, the more they stay the same. After 10 years of writing, recording, and touring, the spirit of the band remains. At heart, they're the same indie rock outfit they've always been. But there's a new clarity and maturity to their sound. It's the kind of sound you only get from experience in the industry and on the road. A bit sharper and more focused, but quintessentially Kasador. Coming off the heels of their 2023 record Youth, the band returns reinvigorated with new material and a new perspective. This is Kingston Live, and today Riley and Ange sit down with Cam and Boris to discuss their new EP, making a music video, and the challenges of getting music to the masses in 2025.
This is Kingston Live, and joining us in the studio is Cam and Boris from Kasador. How are you doing?
Very
Good.
well.
Doing very well.
I'm Riley Jabour, and today joining me is...
Angela Stever. Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited about your new release. Guys, what can you tell us about it right now?
Yeah, I'm stoked. It's it feels like we've sort of come into a sound that I feel proud of and feels like represents us well. I feel like the Youth album, which I do like still, is cool. But it was kind of came out of us figuring out what we wanted to sound like. It was one of the first things that I sang on fully. And even actually when we were recording it, I wasn't the only lead singer. We kind of came to that decision during. So it feels like we're in the groove a bit now. So I'm excited to put that out to the world.
Yeah, as somebody who's watched you for a long time, I feel like you are hitting your stride. How long have you been together as a band? And I know there was like a switch, but like, let's say as Kasador.
Officially 2015, right?
Yeah. It'd be 2015.
Yeah.
There are a lot of changes. Like
It's so
it
cool,
feels like a
though,
different
because
band,
it really, to me, the time, the journey, the effort that you put in, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, I heard of this band recently. But it's like they heard of you because you're at where you're at because of the time and the effort that you've put in. And I've really seen that from your side of it. And I am hearing that sound of like, yeah, that's them.
Thanks. Yeah, it feels honest to I feel like what we want to sound like. Because we all have, a similar goal in mind, but we all have different backgrounds and things that influence us. And I feel like we're coming into something that is a cool culmination of what we all want to sound like.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, we're not really going into the studio trying to figure that out. It's like we know. Let's just go get it down.
I think we're also the point, too. Like, it's more like a philosophical thing, but we're not trying to make, like, oh, we need to make a radio hit to appease this TikTok algorithm or something. We're just going and, like, we think this is a good song. I like what we're saying. Like, I think the guitar part's cool. I'm excited about it. And I like the song, like, first and foremost. It's just something that I enjoy. And I think we're just doing it for us. And I think in general, people say that's sort of like, you have to do it for yourself first. And that comes across in your demeanor, the type of music that you make, how you present yourself.
And there are so many different ways that people are listening to music now. And radio used to be such a huge piece of the puzzle. But now, as it gets sliced away, sorry.
The direct eye contact felt a little pointed.
You don't know anything about that, do you? Right?
Neither of us know anything about that business. But no, it's true. I mean, so you have to figure out, like, if you want to give or if you want to just, like, do your thing, you know? Yeah.
I think there's, like, a little bit of freedom with things kind of being like a soundbite era. TikTok, for example. Like, you can just pick your favorite part of your song and have the audio start there on the app. So if that's like 2 minutes in, you can do that. So then that's kind of what people are going to get to know on those apps. And it's like, if you can just hook them with that, they'll go listen to your song. So there's like maybe like less pressure to like make your intro shorter, get to the vocals, or like get to the chorus quicker. It's like, no, you'll just start the soundbite at that part that you want to get to, and then you can have this minute-long vibey intro. Really whatever's going to like serve the song the most.
We had that exact discussion in the studio. There's, I think, 2 songs where the intro is like we could either half it and it would be a little snappier to get in, but we're like, it just kind of feels good to ride this out. And I think because that's...
Don't rush to the party.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you gotta show up right when you need to.
Let's just like ease in with a cool stride.
I'm here right when I intended to be.
That's such like an interesting perspective on it too, because I've heard other people talk about how like the TikTok era of music makes things so difficult where you have to almost be like a content creator on the side as well as being a musician. But that you're almost looking at it from the more positive perspective of you get to experiment more as a musician and then let the social media just do the like, here's the 15-second clip or whatever that works so well.
Yeah, we've done a lot of thinking about the whole TikTok thing. It's actually been very good for us. It's up and down because we've been trying to make it happen on TikTok for years, and make it happen, I know, is kind of subjective, but we found really good success in, I think, not so much thinking of it as like the content of the TikToks that we're posting is that good, but more of like a billboard of here's who we are, this is our song. You can decide whether or not you like it, and here's what we're playing. So you don't have to spend like hours thinking of like, oh, this creative video, but it's like a photo of us and here's the song, because that's what we're trying to sell. We've had some videos that have done well, like some kind of trend, but it doesn't really do anything for us because, you know, first and foremost, we're a band and we're trying to tour and we're trying to get fans to listen to our music. So it's cool if you like us snapping and dancing, but it doesn't really, it's not like what we're trying to go for. So
Sometimes
also,
just
like,
keeping it simple too. Like people put a lot of thought and effort and like all this production and whatever. And sometimes what hits is like, you know, you sitting there playing your guitar at home. It's like,
exactly,
you know, you put
or like
too much thought into things.
We'll post a photo with like a really dumb text hook.
Yeah.
And it'll just, we'll be like, hey, we're a band from Canada. I hope you like this sound. Here's what we're playing. And then sometimes it'll just blow up and it'll sell tickets too. Like we sold out a bunch of shows from pictures on TikTok, which is kind of crazy.
I don't think I even realized you could just post pictures to TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like the thing to do.
I think you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If we managed to like put all this effort into making really high quality content that was like thought out to the nth degree, there would be so much pressure to like, okay, that's what we do now. Like honestly, social media, it's all just about like getting your songs in front of people. Yeah. So like, I don't care about social media at all. I resent it, but like Cam and I both work at it every day in like a very sustainable, easy way. And we're still not content creators.
I don't think of it like we're content creators so much as like we're just constantly putting up, hey, look at us if you want to. And not just look at us, but like look at the music first. The content of this video is interesting or something. It's like, just listen to the song.
Yeah. It is powerful too when you can like work your back catalog. In the past, us and a lot of bands get like caught up in like, they promote a new song and then as soon as it's like 5 months old, they don't promote it. But we've like with TikTok, like a year after a song came out, started to see it gaining traction. Like Rip Me Down is like our most popular song by a mile.
Purely from that. I feel it's like honestly way more chill, like releasing. I don't feel stressed to be like, okay, I mean, I know there are some things on like Spotify, whatever, but in general, it's like, I don't need the song to hit week one and like I'm pushing it out. And like if radio doesn't pick it up week one, then it's going to just die on the hill. It's like, there are so many ways you can make old songs pop. Because, you know, it's old for us, or like old, it's like a year or two old, but for 99.99% of the world has not heard it. So it's new for so many people. And when you get a new audience, it's a new song for them. And there's ways to push it that are sustainable.
That's well put, like a new song for them. Because I think of other bands like Mother Mother's a great example of that too, right? Like they blew up on TikTok with like Hayloft, which was close to 10 years old at that time. And now they're on these huge international tours playing big stages.
Yeah, I mean, the song has a lifetime that in theory exceeds a human lifetime.
Because also like when you put the song out, like it's out there forever. Like it's never going away. So there's no rush because there's a lot of ways to promote it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off, honestly. And like, I think with this, I mean, we're talking about an EP, but there's a second EP that follows it that will come out later this year. And we went into the studio and it was like we just want to record these songs while they're fresh and still mean something to us. Because sometimes, like, even with Youth, we recorded Youth probably like 8 months after we wrote the songs.
Yeah.
And then it didn't come out for a year after we recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
By then, you can emotionally be over the songs that you're then expected to like get on stage and like wear on your sleeve. Cut It was recorded 2.5 months before it released.
Also written like
3 months before
a
it released.
day before we went to the studio. Yeah, it's cool. It's just more, I don't know. It feels, I don't know. I feel way more relaxed and just, I like the process more. I know a lot of people say, and to be fair, it is a very fair argument, like, feel like you need to be a content creator and there's all these roadblocks, which there are. I'm definitely not saying it's perfect, but there are also many ways that you can go about it on your own speed.
And it's just so good to look at it from that perspective, because I think people get stuck in, oh, okay, I tried this, didn't work. Like, you can just see all the avenues and be like, oh, let's try this, let's do this, let's go here, let's go there, you know?
It's another,
the fluidity of life.
Another, kind of like general philosophy thing is, if you just first and foremost enjoy what you're doing and are proud of what you're putting out, then it doesn't really matter so much if what you're trying doesn't work right away. Because, like, I like what I'm doing and it makes me happy and I'm proud of the product I'm putting out. I didn't do it for you or like for someone else. And when you do it for you, if no one else listens to it, then you are still proud of it. So I think the only way that you can fail in being in music is quitting. And if you can find ways to not quit and just be sustainable within your industry and enjoy it.
Totally.
That's the ticket. I think, at least.
People are like, how many books did you sell? And I'm like, I published a novel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Success achieved. That's it. You know?
It's so easy to lose sight of that.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like, how do you measure success? And like sometimes just achieving that goal, writing that song, putting it out, producing it the way that you want to produce it, you know, taking the time with it and the effort.
Definitely, yeah.
And like going out and playing shows too. I saw you guys in Oshawa recently. I just happened to be in town at the same time as you. That's so fun, because normally I see you in Kingston and it's just like a little bit of a different vibe when you catch it outside of town, right?
That night was a very different vibe.
That was
It's wild.
That was
Talk about some of those nights on stage.
Ooh, I mean, there's definitely, you just got to put your head down and get through it. But there's always, I don't know, especially those nights when there's just a ton of characters in the crowd. Like, you just have to, again, like, you're out here playing music with your friends, and I don't know, like, it's just, you have to just laugh sometimes and just enjoy the process.
Yeah, the sound guy showed up an hour and a half late to the show, and he was upset at everyone else when he got there.
Steve's not here, your drummer, and neither is Tom. Now, he's a guitar player.
Yep.
He's like a fixture now, because for a while you had like a little bit of a rotating thing happening. But he seems like a nice character. Can we like talk about him while he's not here? Defenseless?
Yeah, for sure.
I would love to. I love doing that stuff.
Yeah, perfect. Let's go.
So like you said, we had a kind of rotating cast of rhythm players, because we were, I guess, officially a 3-piece. So we'd always play with at least 4, unless disaster struck, which happens sometimes. But oh man,
let's tell the story.
I shouldn't admit to this, actually.
Yes, please. Okay, go.
I'm so bad at remembering people sometimes. It's my great shame, and I will introduce myself like 5 times. I feel so bad. I don't know why I still do this.
I'm a bad guy.
I'm a bad guy. We had played with Thomas multiple times. He's in another band called
Paper Ladies. Yeah.
Okay.
I met a bunch of times to play with him. I had no idea. I don't know how. Anyway, I missed the set that he was playing, and then we needed a guitar player like really last minute for a show.
We had a show coming up, and we had been striking out on guitar players. Like, we had a rotating cast of like 3 that we would normally use, and none of them could do it. And we asked like 6 other people, and we had exhausted the list that we had drawn up. We're like, man, I don't know how we're going to play the show. Are we going to do it without a guitar player?
Yeah, it was at the mansion.
And for some reason, like, we hadn't thought to ask Thomas, because
because Cameron didn't remember him.
And honestly, like,
he's a great guy, though.
I'm kind of embarrassed too that I hadn't thought of that. But then we went to go see
Lost
Cousins play at the Mansion, and Oak Ridge had opened for them, and we missed Oak Ridge's set. And then I saw Thomas across the room, and I was like, "Yo, Cam, he plays guitar. He's good. You go ask him. I don't want to ask him. You ask him."
I was like, "Hey man, do you play guitar?" He was like, "Yeah, I just play." And I was like, "Oh, right." And then, I was like, well, do you want to play with us for the show tomorrow? And he was like, I do, actually. And I was like, great.
And he learned all the songs, and he was great.
Yeah, he's remarkable at learning songs, actually.
Yeah, Tom is a godsend.
I played a wedding with him. We had a keyboard player fall off, so I got him a second guitar. It was like 45 songs that he learned in like 2 days.
Wow.
And you can't, there's no sheet music on stage, all memory.
I thought you were going to say bad things about him. You just
No, he's a good guy.
Big up him the whole time. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's great.
No, he seems like a really
good
guy.
guitar. I think also his guitar playing complements mine well. I'm more of lead and focus, and he's really good rhythm, kind of harmonically thinking.
Yeah.
And really good tone. So it's nice to have someone in the band that I can fully put my trust in, that they're going to come up with a cool part that I feel
Why
is
did you look at
representative.
Boris like that when you said it?
No, he's a bass player. No. I think it's just because we talk about that. You, Boris?
Can't trust this, bro.
Yeah.
No,
We need
kidding.
someone else.
We'll talk
Yeah,
later.
no, but it's nice to have people around you and band members.
Yeah, definitely.
Steven is drumming on that new track. Golden is sick, and
Yes, he is.
I'm watching hockey and I'm hearing it. What's going on there?
Yeah, the song's doing cool things. Yeah, it's actually been on Hockey Night in Canada. I hear it all the time. It's so cool. It was one of those things where growing up, I would hear a Colorado song on the broadcast. I was like, man, I just want to do that so badly.
Yeah.
And now it's there, and it's like a childhood dream come true. I'm super grateful to have it on there. Yeah.
You mentioned a couple of times the new EP becoming EPs. And I think we've kind of talked about this in the past is there a strategy between releasing an EP versus an album, releasing multiple EPs versus an album? Is that an algorithm thing these days? Is that just how music goes? Is it
It's a bit
cyclical?
of a fake EP. Well, not really fake, but
What do you mean by fake?
I think our goal is just because we have a bunch of songs, and our goal is just spend the next 8 months or 9 months just releasing a new song every month, or a song or two. Instead of just dropping a 10-song album on day one, we have 10 songs, we're going to release one every month or so.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a perfected strategy there, but we're kind of just approaching it from a mindset of how can we consistently release music so that we're never going more than 6 months without something new coming out. Mm-hmm. That's a really tall order for a band.
Yeah.
And it's an expensive order. So how can we stretch it out? And also sometimes when Youth was only an 8-song record.
Yeah.
And we did 4 singles before. And then when the album came out, you get 1 focus track. So you got 3 songs that will never algorithmically get pushed by Spotify. So the songs that didn't end up being singles cost just as much money to make. So
you need a live album.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's just so much. And to have a song not only get overshadowed, but just never really get a light shone on it, it just kind of hurts financially. So if we can just draw that out a bit more with the EPs, and
it's kind of fun too. You have this is our even things we post, but we're gonna use this song and talk about it, and then because we don't have we don't have a label or a manager, or really we don't have a socials person anymore. So it's kind of easier. We're gonna pick the artwork for this, and we're gonna post some cool stuff about it, and this will be our kind of feature track this month, and then we'll think about how we want to do the next one next month. We like the songs that we've made, and we are proud to show them. So, and it's just more fun to be able to spotlight the different parts of your work. Mm-hmm.
Are there any songs in your back catalog that you feel didn't get that spotlight, like you said, kind of didn't get the Spotify push in the algorithm or whatever, that you would really love to get more flowers?
The City.
The City, yeah, maybe that one.
Yeah, and it's also kind of a live staple. It just sounds, we execute it live really well. We talked about it being a single on the record, and I think the reason that we didn't was for variety. We didn't want all the singles to be really loud, kind of in your face. So we didn't put it as a single for that reason, but I don't know, 8-song record, in theory, they should all be single worthy.
And I feel live they do get a bunch of love too, but...
Yeah, but I back to the TikTok thing, Rip Me Down wasn't a single.
Yeah.
And through TikTok, it's become our most popular song.
I'm surprised that one
too.
did well. That one is not recorded well. That is not good.
I like the honesty.
Yeah.
It's very candid of you.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a TikTok idea for you the other day. Is that weird?
No.
Because I bought your Kasador t-shirt at your show recently.
Oh, were you
and then
cutting
I
it?
cut it up.
Oh.
And then I heard
see where
your
this is
song
going.
Cut It, and I was like, you should have a little thing where people cut up their T-shirt, see who can do the coolest. Have a little like
That's a
competition
good
or
idea.
something.
Do you have did you film yourself doing that?
Yeah, I did actually, like
We'll be in
making it. So my intention is to do the first one and then
sick.
just.
I love
like,
it. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do that for you because I love you.
Oh my God, I love you too.
Yeah, man.
All right, great.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What question do interviewers not ask you that they're like really missing out on by not asking you and getting to know the band?
Ooh.
Take a minute. I'll sip water.
That is I think I mean the main thing I like people to know about us is just that I feel like we're just want to be your friend, and like at a show, like I want people to feel comfortable coming up and chatting with us, or like bringing up the song, or just I don't want it to feel like there's some kind of weird power imbalance, or like we're just here to play music for you and with you, and we just want to be your friend. I don't know, and like I want everyone to feel comfortable chatting with us, and like I don't want there to feel any kind of barrier there between us and anyone listening. And like anyone can reach out or hang out. I just want to feel like we're friends. I've been working to better myself about remembering faces too.
It's hard.
Name association. You just have to associate them with something.
You know what I heard once, and I've like started practicing this, and it works like 60% of the time. Somebody told me once, for name association, you think of someone else that has the same name, and you picture the new person violently murdering that same person.
That's so rough.
I met a dude named Neil at a party a few years ago, and I've just pictured like him murdering Neil Peart with a symbol ever since, and that's ingrained in my head. I was like, that's the dude that murdered Neil Peart.
That's a really good idea.
Before you said
sounds
murder,
pretty-
my thought was that we were supposed to imagine them holding hands.
We have very
Took a
different
weird-
minds.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Wow. We are good cop, bad cop here. Eh?
Apparently.
I like this murder thing. I'm gonna go with that.
Like, I won't remember the hand holding, but
Yes,
the
yes.
stabbing. Yes. Yes.
Kill.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I just watched a video. It was the Slate Music program. You guys won. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was very cool. I feel weird taking any credit for this because we work with some great people, friends of ours through other works we've done. And they like, I don't know if you know how it works or like for the listeners, but basically you apply to this Slade music program. And then if you get it, then they pair you with their production group. And then, you just make a video. But they came up with the whole idea. Like we sent them a bunch of the songs that we were considering maybe using. They picked the song. They came up with the full storyboard, animated, and they got costume, makeup. They got the set. They had the, all the cameras.
Yeah, they put together a crew of 25 people.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Not to mention that everyone that showed up from the community there's like a big scene at the end with a lot of people, and I think we ended up getting like 70 people.
I think more. Yeah, there was like, a lot. It was a lot of people. Yeah.
Somewhere in like the ballpark of like 60 to 90 people showed up
Something like
for
that,
the scene, volunteering, and then 25 people on the crew.
Yeah, and everyone had a cool costume, and it was really cool. Someone's grandfather's old abandoned house, whatever. So it was awesome. Yeah, it was just a super fun thing to be part of. It was one day, so a ton of prep went in and just like executed. But it was cool. I feel like I was just pulled onto this high-speed train and just along for the ride. So yeah, I'm honestly thankful for everyone else. Like other than show up and try my best, I really didn't do much to.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that they give the award to, or that like the award gets attached to our name.
Yeah.
Because like it's our song, but it's a music video.
Yeah,
we didn't
they definitely
film,
deserve all the credit.
We didn't
for
film or come up with the idea for the video, or like we're in the music video, but like so are a lot of other people.
Yeah. And then I hadn't been before to any film festival ever, actually. So that was cool. And seeing it in the theater. And there's so many videos that they showed. There was, I think, 11 videos, all of local groups. And it was just
some
all
great
really
ones.
unique ideas, all cool songs. Yeah, I don't know. It was awesome. Like it made me feel proud to be Kingston.
I think the video itself also has that vibe of like just feeling like good about Kingston, because it's such like, it's a Kingston mansion, and then there's so many faces in there that you've got like
so
many people from Kingston that you either recognize from like seeing at shows or knowing like, make music, or even people you see at the bar or whatever. It's just, it feels like a fun, just like, it feels like a house party, but someone gets shot with a flamethrower at the end.
Yeah.
The only thing I regret, or not regret, because couldn't have known. But if I look back and do it again, is that Thomas wasn't in it because he wasn't like a part of the band
Right.
when we filmed it, and now he is, and that's released. So he wasn't really featured in it in like the way that I think he should have been. So it's just
get over
unfortunate
Hindsight,
timing.
but-
He is in there like as an extra, but
Yeah, he like bids. Like there's like a couple good shots of him throwing a hand up.
So yeah, I guess he is still in there, but it would have been nice to get him in for reals. Yeah, like
The video was filmed probably
I
like
still sleep like a baby.
2 to 3 months before he was like officially in the band. We had like the "What Are We" chat.
Boris.
Had to introduce him to the parents and everything.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, he'd been playing with us for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A year and a half. But like, I don't know. You don't want to force someone into it or like have to lure them. So it happened like very naturally. It's like, hey, it's been a while. I like this. I like doing this with you guys. Like we've recorded together and it has worked. So I don't know. Should we do it? Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's Thomas,
you
right?
want this? Yeah. You want this? Oh,
play guitar,
sorry.
right?
What a relief.
Sorry, last year and a half, you've been on guitar, right? He has a new haircut now, too. So.
I noticed that.
Yeah, he looks good.
I think I gave him a compliment, but I don't know if he knew it was a compliment.
Did you say Burton
Oh, you
Cummings?
call him Bert Cummings?
No, what I said was
Why
that
didn't you both go there?
he had the haircut that
Because he got that compliment a couple times.
No, like men back in the 70s who had long hair who were like gonna go and get married or get like a real job had to like get their hair cut.
Okay.
And that was the style of
really?
haircut that they got. Yeah.
Nice,
So it's like the 70s, like more conservative look.
A distinguished
Yeah.
gentleman.
He looks.
Did you tell him he looked like a conservative man from the 70s? Because I feel like I can see how that's
I
not
actually
a
said,
compliment.
you look like my dad after my mom forced him to get a haircut for the wedding.
Yeah, I can see how that wouldn't initially come across as a compliment, probably, but
I meant it as such.
yeah, the more you sit and think about it, though.
Yeah. It really was. It was a
Yeah.
cool vibe, you know?
Yeah, it is a cool vibe.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned that you are a primarily live off the floor style recording band. You want to talk about that a little bit? Because I love the life that brings to a recording.
Yeah, it's a big departure from like our beginnings. We used to do ISO drums even, where we'd like just hit the snare and hit the whatever tone. But now I think we do, I would say it's mostly live off the floor. Like when we record or the start of any song, we'll do full band. Like we'll do everyone, you know, bass, drums, vocals, guitars. And then we'll kind of build it from there. And then if we want, not always, we'll replace certain things, like do another bass track or didn't love the guitar tone, so we'll do it again. But the basis of all the songs comes from a live off the floor recording.
Yeah, I think like ultimately we want to sound like a band. We play a lot of shows. That's kind of our thing. And we're not going to use backing tracks live. And no one in our band plays keyboards really. And like we can't use all the bells and whistles that you have access to in a studio. So there's definitely like a conscious effort to, if we're adding anything aside from the two guitars, bass, drums, and vocals, it's got to be pretty spare. And with that in mind, like you want to try and capture like what makes a song special when you play it live. And then you may as well just record it that way so that you're getting kind of like an accurate representation of what you're going to do live. Nowadays, there are like so many things that can pull you in different directions. And I think if you just kind of look inwards and find what you have immediate access to and what you can do with that and what makes that special, and then find that and kind of like hone in on that.
Yeah, I think what we want to present live, we want to keep pretty honest when you record and have the expectation be pretty well matched up. So that's something that we consider a lot.
You can capture like an insane energy. Not all the time. Like sometimes recording live off the floor, like partially live off the floor, can be challenging. But like sometimes, like Quit Your Crying was like recorded in like an hour, and the instrumentation for Cut It was recorded in 3 hours.
Yeah.
From going into studio and never playing it as a band, 3 hours until it's like, okay, that's done.
Also, I did
should
a
record
rough.
vocals.
We kept the rough cut of the vocals.
Yeah.
I tried to redo the vocals again. I couldn't do it. It was just worse.
You're like, no.
Yeah.
Now, when people see you, they see four gentlemen, but you've had some feminine influence in the
Yes.
studio. Julia Finnegan,
Yeah.
Bambi.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
We love playing with I mean, we love playing music. We love playing music with our friends. And I've said this a bunch before, I feel like it's best enjoyed and created through a bunch of different influences and lenses. It's nice to get other perspectives. And Julia in particular is such a great songwriter. Nambi is someone that we've recently kind of started working with well. Also a great songwriter, got a great tone. And I think it adds a certain spice or level to the songs that we don't feel like we could naturally find. And I think it's just exciting and it's fun, and I think it makes the songs better and it makes you like them more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they all have great perspectives, and there's like an understanding when we're working with them that it's like just trying to get to like the root of the song, like trying to unlock the song.
Yeah.
And both of them are capable of doing it and helping us do it. We also brought Isabella in to sing on some stuff.
Yeah.
Between the two EPs, there are 3 different female vocals, and we've also had Miss Emily sing on a song before.
Oh yeah. Bird and Bloom.
Yeah, it's just really fun to collaborate.
Yes. Also, it's not a voice like I can, go all high with the falsetto stuff, but it's just not the same. Like it's not a tone that we can achieve naturally. So it's nice to have, and I don't know. I like it. Like it's just end of the day, I just enjoy doing it. So
yeah. That is one of those things that we can't replicate live unless we get them to shows, which we try and do.
We actually get them on shows. Well, we don't really travel with them so much. Our budget's very low. But but local ones, we've had them, all of them actually have sang with us.
Yeah. You get out there though. I mean, East Coast to West Coast to prairie provinces.
Yeah, going to the West Coast in April, flying out. We have our max efficiency travel.
Yeah.
We met drunkenly this woman who works for Air Canada.
Oh.
And she helps us a little bit with the flights, the employee discount. It's not huge, but it's a little bit. Every bit helps. And then we rent like a Dodge Caravan. And Thomas works at Law McQuaid, so we get half-price rentals. We fly with guitars. We rent amps. And then put the pedal boards in our bag along with the merch. And we just like rip around in this Dodge Caravan, flying into basically Vancouver, doing a bunch of shows around BC, and then shows all the way out to Winnipeg. And then we drop the car off and fly home. We got a round trip, 4 people, grand total, $1,200.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
The
wild.
entire trip for everyone flying.
That's wild.
The best way to make money is to save money.
Yeah. And then we have, we try to stay with some friends and stuff. We're also on selling all our tour tickets. We're on the Wyndham Reward Track. So it's like this series of hotels called Wyndham.
Oh, okay.
And the more you stay there, then you get like discounts and free nights all the time. It's pretty affordable. And you get breakfast too if you pick the right ones.
Yep.
It's at the lower end of the hotel
We've had
spectrum.
some pretty disturbing hotel moments, but
Yeah, I've slept in all sorts of fluids.
none of them ours.
Sometimes you just got to keep your clothes on and wrap yourself up
I
in
don't
your
know.
coat.
I should definitely
and
do that. I
Get
was
a
just
little
like
night's
stripping
sleep.
down, popping in. I'll shower in the morning.
Have you ever had bed bugs? No.
Well, we avoided them, but our drummer before Steve picked up bed bugs in Brooklyn.
I got bitten on my feet in Brooklyn, but I didn't have them in my bed.
Yeah, I somehow didn't bring them back, but
That's my biggest fear.
I had like rings on my fingers, and my fingers got so swollen from the bites that they were turning purple, and I couldn't get the rings off.
Oh no.
That's horrible.
It was I got eaten alive by these bed bugs, but didn't bring any home.
New York City. It was a fun day, though. It was actually quite a nice Airbnb, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Apart from the bed bugs.
Apart from the bed bugs. I would do it again. I had like a rooftop
I would
patio.
do it again because you didn't get them.
This is just true, yeah.
This episode of Kingston Live is brought to you by Grand Onstage. Grand Onstage takes you beyond the regular Kingston Grand Theater experience. It's a subscription option that gives you access to pre-sale tickets, the best prices, and the best seats. That means you can customize your own individual package starting at just 4 performances. Want to bring friends? Subscriber pricing applies to their tickets too. And if your plans change, just exchange your tickets for another performance. Tickets for individual performances and subscriptions for the Grand Onstage season are on sale now at kingstongran.ca.
So let's talk about what the band's doing moving forward. What's next for you? You've got just a few days from now, EP's coming out. 5 tracks, Butterflies. I've been waiting for this song.
Oh, yeah. This
the
is
first
not
time
a
I
new
saw
song.
you guys live, I was like, this song, there's something very, very special about it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm excited to hear how it's been recorded.
Yeah, we've had that song in the...
We recorded it in 2021. Like, we've gone into the studio and, like, we're just going to demo some songs, kind of, like, mess around and, like, hone the recording process and stuff. But we went in this time to record Butterflies with the intention of releasing it. And we're talking with a label, and we got this, like, producer on board, and he wasn't cheap. And we went in and, like, we kind of did it as, like, a one-song tester, like that first pancake in the pan.
Yeah.
And, like, let's do it and see how we work with this guy. And it just wasn't a good fit. And we ended up truly hating the recording of the song. Only time we've ever thrown a song out after spending all that money and time recording, mixing. We were like, we can't do this. And then the song kind of disappeared for like 2 or 3 years. And we even stopped playing it live. And then
I'm going to say Thomas saved the song.
Yeah, Thomas saved the song.
Yay, Thomas! Because it's always been my favorite. And I was like, what the heck happened to the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
we just like had a feeling that Thomas would be able to bring an approach on guitar. His style is definitely suited to the style of the song. And then also having him, he wasn't part of that recording session that didn't pan out.
Right.
So he wasn't
he's
jaded or like
free of trauma.
exhausted or tired of recording this song.
Yeah.
And he had fresh ears. So we kind of just like used Thomas's fresh ears and a fresh take on it to kind of springboard the song.
It's midnight, I'm awake and surrounded by wild eyes. So I disguise anxiety as butterflies, turning my peace of mind to overdrive. So hide in the eye of my hurricane. I'm terrified to talk about my feelings like I'm alive, living, breathing, feeling, but all this time it's slow motion going into overdrive, soaring up into the highest heights. But I tell my friends that I'm fine, so I hold it down like I'll never die. You can hold me down, don't say goodbye. Morning light is breaking through my window like a butter knife. Reminds me that a brand new day is passing by, and I'm hoping that the light can feed my appetite. But I'll be fine, 'cause I'm floating with the fluttering of butterflies, living, breathing, feeling, but all this time it's slow motion going into overdrive, soaring up into the highest heights. But I tell my friends that I'm fine, so I hold it down like I'll never die.
I like that. I like that you didn't force it. You didn't feel right. And then I think it's like the timing of things, you know?
I think it literally is a butterfly because it needed to go away
exactly.
to its cocoon for a
It was
minute
a
and then
caterpillar.
reemerge.
It's impupation. It's impupation. It can't be. Yeah.
She needed a minute.
Yeah. Give her a minute.
Yeah.
Love her, leave her alone. I think, but so that one is, I'm excited about that. Yeah.
I'm excited for all of it. I'm excited to see where you go, what you do.
Thank you.
I've always had that, I want to say faith, but just like knowing, that you're going to do, and the fact that,
The fandom.
you're like a decade in, and still pushing forward.
I feel
that speaks for itself.
I feel like better than ever. It feels easier than ever, which is kind of nice too. I think one of the nice things, I mean, I don't love, getting old or whatever, but I think you just learn how to navigate things, or you can learn how to navigate things in a much more sustainable way. And I feel like just more confident in who we are and what we sound like, and just less pressure about trying to put a timeline on something and trying to do something to achieve a certain goal versus I just go in, or we all go in because we love doing this and this is all that we want to do. And just try to be the best that we can. So it feels, I feel better than ever about it. And I'm excited we have a couple cool opportunities coming up, some fun shows that just getting offered. So I don't know, it feels good. Like I just feel good.
Yeah. Can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
Okay. So with this record, there's just like a confidence and like a calm with releasing it. And it was really fun to make. I feel like we had that in a sense with Youth as well. But maybe not. I mean, Thomas wasn't part of the group then. But working with Brett was like really fun and rewarding and like eye-opening in a lot of ways, and like such a great experience. And we ended up leaving with these songs that we were really proud of. But then when it came time to release it, we hadn't released anything in so long. For whatever reason, if like the streaming algorithms were punishing us for not releasing stuff for so long, or we didn't have a good marketing plan or whatever it just was so slow getting out the gate. And I remember like having conversations before we released it, and I was like, I don't even care how it does. I'm so proud of the album. But then when it didn't reach anybody for like the first while.
Oh yeah, I remember you calling me actually.
Man, it actually like crushed me.
Yeah, I remember you were really dejected about that.
So dejected.
Yeah.
And I think our stuff is finding people quicker with these releases, but I don't feel that like same stress on the release side.
Yeah, I don't. I also feel like, because I think, speaking personally, I didn't sing before in the band. I mean, I sang a little bit, but I wasn't the lead singer. And then we had Jonas as well, like potentially going to be a lead singer. And there was a lot of instability in what the band was going to be like. And we were like, are we even going to be a band? We considered hanging it up at like the COVID. I don't know. There's just a lot in the air. And I think now that, and even like I took singing lessons as well. And I spend a lot of time trying to decide like the things I want to say, how I want to present myself. So I think just personally, there was a lot there that I didn't really know about or like necessarily believe in, but now I do more. You're always growing, but I feel like I'm at a ground level that I can feel proud of. I just feel more joy about it. I just feel like it's more sustainable and it just feels easier, like in a good way. It feels more natural, maybe.
Does it feel like less of like this is like one big swing?
For sure, yeah. Because I think that was the thing too. It's like, oh, we have this new thing. Everything's different. Like we're going to come out swing. It's the first time. Everything's going to sound different. This is our first thing releasing in a while. Working with Brett, like we have this whole new look. And it's like, if this isn't a hit, then...
And we also like a year passed from recording it to releasing it.
It just felt weird. And it also like so much, I think it was so new too. And also in a time where like a ton of bands quit and I don't know, there's just a lot going on, but I feel like now we kind of almost like rebuilt the home in a way that makes more sense.
Now, Cameron, you get to ask Boris anything
anything?
you want. And he has to answer
What
honestly.
happened with your leopard thong?
My leopard thong.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story of the leopard thong is I had these really tight leather pants that were women's leather pants.
It said mom's pants. He would
Okay.
wear them to the bar.
Yeah, I did
was
steal
like,
my mom's
this
leather
guy,
pants. And I would wear them to the bar. This is all true.
Poor Leslie. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out Leslie.
But they made my ass look great. Like, when I tell you great, I mean, I
And it was
really
also
mean
so
great.
awkward because everyone in the bar was like looking over at you, and I was like, he's gonna come say hi to me. And I'm gonna be affiliated with this guy, but yeah, it looked good though.
And I'd wear them on stage and stuff. But when you
yeah.
wear pants this tight, you can't have underwear lines.
No,
Right? You can't.
I get
it's
it.
a tragedy. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
you can't
I-
pull a Lenny Kravitz either.
No. So I needed
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Something. So I ordered this leopard thong online.
It was like a sleeve, right? It was like a sock vibe. Or was that a different one?
Was it an actual leopard? Like
It
I've
was.
seen a horse one before. Never mind.
I don't even know how to describe this thing. Like,
It was a gay gift for Christmas. I'm sorry.
but I mean,
Okay.
that's really it. And whenever I wore the pants, you bet your ass I was wearing that leopard thong.
So where did they go?
Well, I don't wear the pants so much anymore, so it's
You should bring it back up, man.
Did your mom take the pants back?
no.
I was gonna say,
As
like-
a mom, no, I'm gonna answer no. 100% no.
It started out as borrowing them, and then she was like, "I ordered a new pair. You keep those."
That's a good call on her end.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for answering the question.
Nope. Anything else?
Not right now.
I'm feeling very honest.
Okay.
Ooh.
Anyone else have questions? I'm looking to clear the air.
All I can think of is leopard thongs now, and I've run out of
We
leopard
should turn
thong
this
related
into a
questions.
call-in show.
Let's start with Riley's deepest secrets.
I got nothing. I don't know. I'm pretty wide open. I passed out and pissed myself recently. That was fun.
Recently.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
I was
that's
at a blood drive. I'd never given blood before.
Oh, okay. That's
And
like way
then-
more respectable.
I was just really tired.
I was like, man, this guy is a savage.
murder? No, this.
As far as Riley, a murdering piss drunk. That's what I know.
I think we should end it on that, actually. No, I feel like we need to hear the blood story. What happened?
No, I donated. It's not
You
as
donated.
exciting as it sounds. I donated blood. We did
Yeah.
like a blood drive for work. And then afterwards, they were like, stand up slowly. So whatever, you might feel lightheaded. So as soon as they took the, I want to say IV, I don't know if that's the right term, but like
Right.
the needle thing out of my arm.
I hate
as soon as they took it out, I was just like, oh, I feel a little lightheaded. And they're like, that happens sometimes. So they like crank me back, like my feet are up or whatever. And I'm chilling there for a while. And they're like, you feel better? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, cool, get up. If you feel good, you're good. And I was like, cool. I feel good. I feel fine. I walked from the back where you donate to the front. And this was a work event. So like all my coworkers were there. I walk up and start talking to them.
yeah.
And like literally maybe 20 seconds since I stood up, I'm like, oh, I feel real lightheaded. And then one of the nurses in the background's like, you should sit down right now. And I was like, okay. And I sat down and then I'm like, this is getting worse. And then I go to lean back a little bit. I remember going to lean back, and next thing I know, I am waking up, and like Dalby, our morning show guy, is like 6'4". Like he's a towering man. He's standing directly over me. We are locking eyes. I like open my eyes. We are locking eyes, and I am actively urinating. And I'm like, oh man, no.
That's so funny. I didn't.
Should we like go in a circle the last time we peed ourselves in public? Or
In public
I've never
specifically.
peed myself in public, I think. Oh, no. I did, actually. I did. Well, it's not really funny. I
Confess.
was just like really bullied in the middle, when I was really young.
We can go there.
And so I was in like grade 3, and I was scared to go to the bathroom because he used to climb under the stall and like beat me up. So I just peed myself in my chair because I was too afraid to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
It's like less
some
funny. Let's
Billy
not go-
Madison
let's go
stuff.
back
You
to the-
needed
yeah.
an Adam Sandler there to be like,
Yeah.
pee in your pants is cool.
Come on,
Remember
kid.
that? Yeah. All right, Boris, when's the last time you peed your pants?
oh, we drove to Muskoka to see July Talk.
In my car?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm good then.
So we drove like after that Brooklyn show with the bed bugs.
Oh, yeah.
We drove all the way from Brooklyn to Kitabala to see
This
July
is a
Talk.
tragedy. This is a tragedy.
To see July Talk play. And a lot of people, when they get like busted for doing something wrong, they'll be like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. I swear to God, I did nothing. This security guard, 3 songs into their set, just picked me out of the crowd and walked through the crowd, and he like pushed people over, like hurt people.
He's a bad dude.
To get to me. And he grabbed me by the throat.
It was shocking to see.
And like 2 hands around my throat, carried me out of the venue by my neck because he said I was moshing. He really did get the wrong guy. I was standing there watching the show, not moshing. And then these fists go around my neck.
It was so intense.
And I peed myself.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was so shocked, man. Like this, like
it was shocking. I was like, "Whoa!" He was aggressive as hell.
Yeah. I pissed my pants.
No
not
way.
a lot, but it was enough.
It was enough that you had to spill your drink on it.
When I eventually get back, I will change my underwear.
It was actually horrible because he got kicked out right away, and then I went to go be like, "What is going on?" So I went outside to go see what was going on. There's no reentry at the Key to Bala. So we drove like 16 hours straight to make the show.
Yeah.
And we all got kicked out immediately.
He also carried me out of the venue and then left me. And then because there's no reentry, I couldn't get back in. Like I couldn't plead my case. Like,
Right.
1, I wasn't moshing. 2, I promised not to mosh. Like all the things, like can't get back in. And I even was like, can I just buy another ticket? They're like, no.
Boris definitely makes mistakes sometimes, a lot. But this one, I would say, was not his fault. I'll be the first to steward this guy, but this one, it was not his fault. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man.
I appreciate you guys being so honest. I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't shared.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Yeah.
You can't
What's your
You
secret?
can't escape
The last time I peed my pants, I don't know, probably the last time I sneezed without crossing my legs.
So, like, earlier today? Or
7:30.
Oh, nice. Didn't we start
I gotta go,
yeah.
guys. It's been a pleasure. No, for real, it's been awesome talking with you.
Yes,
It's been
it has been
awesome to
great.
watch you grow over the years. I'm
you.
excited to like see where you're going, and kudos on the new EP and everything coming up.
Thank you.
Cool, yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
This has been Kingston Live. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please share it, tell a friend, or subscribe on your platform of choice. For show listings, artist info, and all things Kingston music, check out kingstonlive.ca. Kingston Live was produced in Kingston by Soundwise. Hosted by Riley Jabour and Ange Stever. Voiceovers and technical production by John Sanfilippo. Writing and research by Peter Sanfilippo. Executive producer Rob Howard. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at podcast@kingstonlive.ca.
Virginia, you want to do a group thingy?
Should we all piss our pants first?
Like, don't make me laugh. I might.